Hey everybody, it's your boy Bass and it's NCCU Live. So in today's show, we're going to talk about how did NCC find you? How did you discover it? For myself, watching Different World taught me a lot about HBCUs growing up. And also going on the college tour, they exposed me to NCCU and the Silmon Hills of Word Degree. So we want to know, how did NCC find you? How they exposed you to HBCUs? So look forward to hearing from you. Talk to you soon.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keon Brown. This is NCCU Live. It's Wednesday, August 26, 2020. Thank you for being here. We're excited to elevate and illuminate all NCCU graduates for the amazing things they're doing. Let's grab my partner in crime, Bass. Let's get him in here. Bass, you there?
Hey, I'm here, man. You see it. I just want to first off say, look at your braids, man. Look at the braids. Look at the braids. Look, I can turn these curls into braids. There's a little mohawk braid thing going on.
Hey, gotta do something a little different, you know. When you can, do. You know. How you doing?
I'm here. I'm definitely in Philadelphia, or a Philadelphia alumni chapter. Let's join up. I definitely want to meet up with you guys.
Absolutely. Come on, Philly.
Come on, Philly. So Keon, let's start this show off. I want to talk about a couple of things. First off, we're having a quarterly meeting.
Yes.
On this Sunday. We want everybody. Everybody's invited. Join us on this. Join us on our Zoom meeting. It's going to be amazing. We got some big things that we're trying to do, and it's going to be happening, especially virtual homecoming. I know our Luttrell University is doing something, but we definitely want to do something as well. And what's the other thing?
We're excited about the quarterly meetings. That's for everybody. Any alumni. This is like a mass meeting, so it's a Zoom link. So if you're interested to jump in, please do send us a DM. I think Bass will be putting some stuff out in the next week. But if you're interested in jumping into that meeting, please, we'll get you the information. What else, Bass? What you got?
Definitely. Well, we got a couple highlights. So we have Miss Reesie, Holsey, and Joy Silmon going on. Joy, she's coming back. She did a great interview. She had definitely a lot of insight, and we're gonna have a special guest too. We got a special guest coming on tonight.
Ooh, come on!
Ooh, special guest, come on. We're gonna see that, coming up. But Ken, what you got going on?
I'm excited to get through this and get on with it. I'm excited about today. There's a lot of news happening. I think we'll do some news when we have everybody in the group. So when we have Reesie and Joy, we'll do some current events, and we'll have a discussion that way a little bit later on. Is that okay?
That definitely worked. But just want to say about on current events. It's a lot going on in this world. I will sit there and say I want to touch on this. What I spoke on Monday. Mental health is definitely important. With everybody's going on. I know I laid off 75 employees. 100 employees. We got 25 back. Going through this process, whatever you're going through, just keep your mental health. We want you guys to stay safe, but at the same time, it's a trials and tribulations right now. It's a pandemic era. We cannot control it. So we're trying to, go the best that we can. And yeah, I know for myself, I'm in the hotel world. I gotta wear face masks all the time when I'm talking to guests. It's not normal.
Yeah.
So it's like I spoke in Motivation Mondays. It's not a physical thing. It's a mental thing. I'm going through this process. I really want to tell everybody, hey, listen, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through it in somehow, some way. But be safe, be smart, and I always say be humble.
Be humble. All right.
Indeed.
Well, before you go, I want to remember you were talking about different world last week. Do you remember Dean Davenport? Do you remember Dean Davenport? She was a dean of students, and anytime somebody gets in trouble, she says, "I'm gonna put you on my list."
Liz, look, like this, like, yeah,
So whenever I think about as we bring in Dean Reesie, I always think about that. Your list, the dean's list, Reesie. What's up? How you doing?
Reesie.
The list.
You got the list.
Reesie.
How you doing? So good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I'm good. I'm good.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you, Bass. I know you'll be in the chat trying to support us with that as we continue on, and we'll bring you back in a little bit later on. But thank you, brother.
All right, appreciate it. Peace.
All
Enjoy
right.
the show.
Reesie.
What's
All right,
up?
Dean.
How are you?
I'm well, Dean. Congratulations on everything at Edwards Waters College.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really exciting time to be at Edward Waters College. That's for sure.
Yeah, so this is a 40 under 40 recipient, Reesie Holsey, and she's also the dean of students at Edward Waters College, which is an HBCU in Florida. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So, as you mentioned, I'm the Associate Vice President and Dean of Students here at Edward Waters College. We're located in Jacksonville, Florida. Fun fact about Edward Waters, we are actually the first HBCU in the state of Florida. We are also the first private institution in the state of Florida, PWI or HBCU, founded in 1866. Small, private, but lively, fun. We have great students here. We have a phenomenal president who is innovative and really, gotten Edward Waters back to where it deserves to be.
Absolutely. Congratulations again. That's so amazing. Great history about Edward Waters. I remember us playing them. Are they still in the MEAC?
They are not. They are not.
Okay.
We are not. Excuse me. We are actually in the SEAC, but
Okay.
we are hoping. Well, better yet, stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I won't say too much about that. I don't want to get in trouble with athletics.
We don't want to break no news right now. I mean, I would love for you to
No.
break news, but I understand. One question that we always ask is, how did NCCU find you, Reesie? How did NCCU find you?
So NCCU found me. I knew I wanted to stay in the state of North Carolina. I didn't want to be too far from home. I will admit I did look at A&T and Winston-Salem State, but NCCU grabbed me when I went to open house. I had planned on going to open house at NCCU first, and then I think maybe 2 weeks later, A&T had theirs. After I left open house, there was no need to even go to A&T.
No
I
need.
didn't even go. I literally was like, I'm done. I'm an Eagle. Here I am. Sign me up. Let's go. So that's how I got there.
Now I do see somebody in the chat saying 252 shouty. So where are you from now?
So I grew up in Greenville, North Carolina. 252, of course. And then of course I moved to Durham for undergrad. My family, however, is from Florida. Everybody that I'm related to is from Florida. So
Oh wow.
I mean, by heart and soul, I'm a Florida girl. So which is
I didn't know that, Reesie.
Yeah. Well, ultimately we ended up being back here in Florida.
That's excellent. Now I know that they are Florida is really the epicenter of the COVID-19. How has COVID-19 affected what you're doing in your capacity right now?
It's affected everything. So we started our core task force about May. Myself, along with all administrators and faculty and staff, we had a big committee and we sat down and we just started talking about how are we going to really make this happen. We sent out a survey to our students and we asked them, do you want to come back or do you prefer to stay home? And about 82% of our students said they wanted to be back on campus with us. And
wow.
we missed them too. And so we just started planning. Safety is, of course, in the forefront of everything that we do. So it's been a challenge. And I think like most institutions, we really are just trying to figure our way out as we go. But I think for the most part, we've done a lot of listening to the students, to the CBC, and just trying to find a balance between safety and also giving them the experience that they deserve.
What is the biggest concern that you found in in your HBCU in Florida? What's the biggest concern that you're seeing?
I would say, obviously COVID-19, but outside of that, I think the mixture of COVID-19 and everything that's going on with race relations in our country. Our students, I think for many HBCU students, they get a little spoiled when they're on our campuses because they are the majority. And then as soon as they step off our campus, they become the
Ain't like that.
minority. And so for them, number one, trying to find their voice in all of this, but number two, just making sure that they are safe in participating in, the rallies and the protests. And, our students here at Edward Waters are students that are a part of the political process, and many of them have joined the fight against racial inequality. So I would say for most HBCU students, that's something that they are really struggling with.
Well, I want to congratulate you on 40 under 40. Can you tell us, so that's the NCCU 40 under 40 list. Can you talk more about that? So some of the alums that are not aware of that program, can you talk about that? And congratulations.
Sure. Thank you so much. So 40 under 40 is a great institution that has been created within the institution to recognize the amazing alums that we have that come out of NCCU. So you have people from all different fields, medical field, education, the private sector, real estate, everything. And so it's just recognizing the greatness that has come from NCCU. I am humbly honored to have been selected. And it's just an exciting time. My 40 under 40 cohort members and I, we're of course disappointed that we're not going to be able to celebrate the way the other 40 under 40 recipients have, but we have, some plans in the works to give back to the institution, even though we can't gather like we would normally.
That's excellent. And I know that, COVID has really kind of canceled a lot of things that are in person. I know you guys have a banquet and you have some things that you do in person.
Right.
How important is it? This is an alumni show. So how important is it to give back, not just financially, but of your time and your resources? What say you, Doctor?
It is extremely important. I know for me, the reason why I even looked at NCCU was because my babysitter at the time, her dad went to NCCU and she ended up going to NCCU. So all I ever heard about was NCCU from them. And they were, to me, like a big influence in terms of just choosing. So, just being an alum, talking about your school, and then feeding that information into the community, into the people, the young people that you work with, it does a world of a difference. Of course, funds are always great. And for an institution like Edward Waters, it's everything, because we're not funded the way that, other public institutions are funded. So definitely want to encourage everybody to give back in any way you can. It's everything.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, I called you Doc, but you have your doctoral degree.
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that. I'm sorry, I didn't see that, and I needed to address you in that way. Talk about that,
It's
Doc.
Reesie.
What did you say?
I said it's Reesie. It's fine. I completed my PhD at Florida A&M University. I graduated in December 2017. Strike. Yeah, I'm an eagle. I'm a tiger. I'm a rattler. I'm all over the place. Tar Heel, all of that.
All of that.
So, yes. So I did attend Florida A&M University in their educational leadership program. It was phenomenal. I had some great professors there. The drive was tough. I can't lie. That 4-hour drive on I-10 was not for the faint at heart, but it was a great experience. And
you are a triple HBCU. No, how many HBCU degrees do you have? At least 2.
I have 2.
Okay.
Actually, I have 3. So I have the
Come on.
No, so I have my bachelor's and my master's from NCCU.
Okay.
And then I have my leadership licensure from UNC Chapel Hill.
Okay.
And then I have my PhD from Florida A&M.
This is so incredible. The good doctor. The doctor is here. Dr. Reesie, Holsey, Dean of Students, and from Edward Waters College in Florida. We're really excited about you, and congratulations on 40 under 40 and another academic year at EWC.
Yes.
Can you stick around for a moment? We have a couple more minutes with you. If you can just stick around, we're going to bring in our second guest, but we want to bring you in and talk about a couple of things a little bit later. Is that okay?
I'm here.
All right, Doc. I'll see you in a second, okay? Sorry, I got you out real quick. Sorry, Lord have mercy, that was quick. So that's come on. I see all you guys are flexing on here. What's up, Joan? What's up? Let's go Eagles. I see people are in here. Thank y'all for being here. Let's go ahead and bring Joy Silmon in. Come through, Joy Silmon. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Joy Silmon is back. I have to go ahead and jump in because she's already in here, so I got to go ahead and do it. I just want to say we brought in your bestie. I had to go ahead and do it because she's already in. You're going to see it, and I want to make sure we go ahead and do that.
Yes.
To acknowledge you. What's up, Nikki Davis Green?
Hey, y'all.
I just want to do that real quick. Nikki, we're going to bring you back in a moment. I just want to go ahead and do that surprise to Joy and talk to her for a moment, and I'll bring you back in, and we're going to talk about NCCU alumni and some current events. Is that okay? All right, Nikki Davis Green. All right, let me get her out of there. All right.
Listen,
cool. All right, Joy. How you doing?
You know, that's my girl right there.
We talked about it last time. We had some tech issues, so I want to make sure that we brought you back in excellence and then surprise you with your bestie because y'all was hilarious separately. So how much more powerful can you be together?
Listen, it's been 20 plus years of Team Nick and Joy.
Yes. What's up? So talk to me. How have you been? This is Joy Silmon. She is a serial entrepreneur and a McDonald's franchisee in Dallas, Texas. Come on, Texas. Now the epicenter, one of the epicenters of COVID-19. How is that affecting you, Joy?
Oh, my goodness. In a major way. But look, first things first. Can I congratulate you, Mr. VP? I mean, you know.
Thank you.
Huge. Congratulations.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So yeah, COVID-19 has really just, where do I begin? I mean, from employees, from sales decreasing. I mean, literally, it could just go on and on. So I own 5 McDonald's restaurants. And actually, COVID has significantly affected one of them to the point where I had to temporarily close it.
Wow.
Because it just made sense economically to close it rather than keep it open. It's one of my satellite, or what I would consider like a satellite location that's inside of a Walmart. And so as a result, you know, we just made that decision. And so we also had 2 employees who were infected with coronavirus. And so when that happens, it's a whole thing, you know, from quarantining the other employees that they had been around, deep cleaning, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. So yeah, these unprecedented times are tough.
Now, talk about McDonald's, right? You know, McDonald's, we talked about this last time. McDonald's has a great brand that says it's a great first job. Tell me about that and how that impacts you and how you train.
Absolutely. So we do believe that it is America's best first job because there are so many different skills you learn from McDonald's that you can carry into education if you're trying to go back to school or any other career, you know, from teamwork, problem solving, just how to multitask, how to just operate a business in several different departments. So behind the counter, we have 3 different departments, a department that's responsible for the employees, a department that's responsible for customer service, and then a department that's responsible for running the kitchen. So you typically will fall into one of those 3 buckets, or we cross-train to make our employees as dynamic as possible and well-rounded.
Well, since I have, and I love that, since I have you here, I was going to wait for all the other ladies to get in, but, you know, check this out. It's the spicy nuggets and the chips ahoy for me.
Spicy nuggets? Where did you pull that from?
It's the spicy nuggets for me. It's the McFlurry for me.
Listen, the spicy nuggets go hard, and we are super excited to launch those. That Chips Ahoy McFlurry slaps, man. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, if you haven't been to McDonald's in a while, or if you have, that is a must have. You have to try them. They're awesome.
Now, I like that how you said that if you haven't been to McDonald's in a while. You know, there's been articles and there's been lots of things that talk about McDonald's. I don't know where they are in the rankings next to Walmart. They're number one still or whatever they are. But, you know, not always the most healthy options. You know, fast food get a really bad rap. You know, what do you say as a cereal franchisee to folks who don't go to McDonald's because of health reasons?
Well, you know what I say to them? Then I ask them, I say, well, do you go to Chick-fil-A? And they're like, yes, of course. Well, yeah. So whether it's, you know, one or the other, it is what it is. And I mean, you know, I don't think we should overdose on it, but it absolutely is a perfect meal or snack on the go. It's one of those, you know, comforting delights that are just craveable that I think everybody should try. If you, like I said, if you haven't in a while, or if that's your daily favorite, then that's what you do.
Well, if you're in the Dallas area, you definitely go to McDonald's and go see one of our Eagles establishments. Before we bring in Nikki, how did NCCU find you?
So, actually, that's a very good question. So, my parents had friends that attended NCCU, and they were taking me on a college tour. And I went with a full-on attitude. I was like, I've never heard of NCCU. Why are you taking me there? You know, you're wasting your time, yada, yada, yada. Well, got out the car, and Miss Nikki Davis was my tour guide, and we stayed in contact just throughout that year. And I basically was like, oh, I have to be there. And not only do I need to be a proud NCCU Eagle, I need to be your roommate. And she agreed. And so let me tell you, I took the SAT until it was high enough to get in any day so that I could be Nikki Davis's roommate, and the rest is history.
Enters Nikki Davis Green.
Hey, girl. You know what? We need to just pause for the cause. We need a moment of silence. I mean, the Eagle legend has entered the music. Yes.
Man. Too far. But thank you for having me.
It's on her shirt. It's on her shirt. I mean, come on.
It is on her shirt. And and I'll be honest, as much attitude as Joy had about coming to NCCU, I had just as much attitude with Luann Edmonds-Harris for asking me to do one last tour that day after I had done so many. But you don't say no to Luann Edmonds-Harris. And
no,
so I did that tour, and I'm so glad that I did. And I actually wore this Eagle Legend shirt because, as you called Joy a serial entrepreneur, in one of her past lives, she was head of the Glitterati. And
what's that?
Head of the Glitterati. And of her own company. And so I was the grateful recipient of a lot of sparkly paraphernalia. So I wore this to pay homage to my roommate.
That is too much. I can't.
Nikki, while you're here, Nikki is our membership chair for the National North Carolina Central University Alumni Association. Is there anything that you'd like to say to some of the alumni who might not be currently a member? Is there anything that you'd like to share about your capacity with that, Nikki?
Absolutely. I want to encourage you to be one. That is the slogan. I'm always asking, are you one? Meaning, are you one of the NCCU Eagles that makes up our remarkable alumni association? We need you. We just need you to be one. We need you to sign up, get involved on the local and the national level. We need everybody. We need your talents. We need your time. We need your resources to truly soar in the Alumni Association. So nccualumni.org/membership. We need to get you signed up. You can join committees. I am looking for people on the membership committee right now. Especially need some social media people if you're great with that. So that's my plug. for membership. We need you. Be one.
Okay, B1. Let's bring in Dr. Holsey. So I have some powerful Lady Eagles. And since you guys are all here, I also want to, I'm just trying to pull up, I'm doing all this myself now. Lord have mercy, these graphics. Today is Women's Equality Day. So, you know, it's such an amazing moment to have this kind of powerful group of ladies on this call today. 100 years ago, there's some history that happened. Women, you could not discriminate voting rights based on your sex. And so, my God, and we're so excited that happened, ladies, up on here. All these Lady Eagles. I want to ask you a couple of questions. Well, actually, any response to that? Happy Women's Equality Day.
Thank you. Women rock. I mean,
this is true. Where would we be without you? Okay, where would we be? And then what's the Eve gene, the mitochondria, the Eve gene that's only in Black women? Did you see that? I got to get that, and we're gonna talk about that. How there's a gene that's only in Black women, and that's why you're so powerful.
We are rare and unique.
I can believe.
So I want to hear all about that.
Next time, I probably need to bring an expert on, not me talking. I'm supposed to be neutral. So let me just report the news and let somebody talk about it. I do want to talk to you really quickly. Let me bring Bass in because I know Bass has some stuff that he wants to say about this. But I definitely want to speak. What's up, Bass? Are you back? Look, Vernon Jones is an NCCU graduate who recently appeared on the RNC, and they dragged him on our chat. I put the speech on because I thought it was important. He said, this is what he said. He said, for generations, HBCUs have been the incubator for the development of Black scholars in science, engineering, religion, and politics, an incubator for Black success, right? So I thought that it was really great, number one, that he is a North Carolina Central University graduate on that type of stage. I'm a branding guy. I'm a media guy. So my question is not so much what he said, because of course I agree with most people. I don't want you to be saying that on TV, but what are we doing about NCCU having the main stage, a global platform? What the only other HBCU that I've been hearing about is Howard University because of Kamala Harris. And now North Carolina Central University is on the main stage. And what are we doing about it? That's how I feel about it. And that's why I posted it. So you can know what these folks are saying and you can celebrate NCCU being in the limelight. I'll go with Joy. Thoughts?
Well, my initial response then, and my thoughts continue now, is, I do have a marketing and PR background, and I feel like, all PR is good PR. So thank you, sir. That's all I have to say about that.
Nikki Davis Green.
A bit more diplomatic, I think. That, and while I appreciate North Carolina Central being mentioned on the national stage, it's kind of like, and I might be telling my age here, you guys watch The Cosby Show. I know Beth said you liked A Different World.
Yes.
Cosby Show. I don't know if y'all remember when Denise brought Martin home, and Bill Cosby likened it to, having a steak cooked perfectly and then served on a trash can lid. So I say that to say, I think the message was great. However, I'm not so sure that the messenger was right for our brand and our image. And that is my 2 cents.
Dr. Holsey.
Well, I think, as we all know, eagles do fly high, extremely high. So for him to make it to a stage that big, I think, having NCCU be shouted out in that way was amazing. Politics is politics. You might not necessarily agree with what he had to say, but I think it is clearly a testament to what NCCU can produce in terms of leadership, powerful moments. So for that, Eagle Pride.
Amplify worldwide, even on that stage. Bass, thoughts?
I just want to say I'm gonna say collaborations. What everybody said. Well, we may not always agree what people do say, but we all do have a voice. And just for our illustrious university to be platform and that stage, I'm grateful for it. We may not agree to the message, but we have to value that we are who we are, and let's just try to move forward, just make it better. So at the end of the day, take the message, take it the way that you want to, but at the same time, we are on a bigger stage, and we're NCCU, we're NCC proud, amplified all day, and I'm leave it at that.
Yeah, and thank you. And I also wanted to make sure that people see this book by Reginald Ellis as we close, Between Washington and Du Bois, The Racial Politics of James E. Shepard. If you haven't picked it up, you should do it. He's actually a FAMU grad, Dr. Holsey. I think he's there still. Dr. Shepard had an incredible way to reach across different places to secure the bag. I'm not comparing Vernon Jones and Dr. Shepard. What I am saying is that an eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. And we have the unique ability to go in any space, in any room, and represent in a way that will allow us to secure the bag for the mutual benefit of our people. And I would love for you guys to talk about that. I'll bring him on and we'll discuss it at length. But it's all for the racial uplift. That's usually what it is. You're doing whatever you got to do for racial uplift. And so that's what I love about our founder. And that's how NCCU found me. All right. Thank you guys. This was NCCU Live for August 26th on Women's Equality Day. And I'm so grateful to have all these folks and Bass up on here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Take care, guys, and we'll see you next week. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care, guys. All right, guys, that's it. I'm trying to end the broadcast, but it won't end. But I love you guys for watching. Thank you, guys. Make sure that you join the Alumni Association at nccualumni.org. Update your contact information, update contact.info, and create a reoccurring gift to your alma mater at eaglesgive.com. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, an eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. Peace.